Hey, Rise and Thrive family. It's Shay, and we need to talk about something that's been keeping me up at night. Picture this. You're a Black woman leader who just recommended a stellar colleague for a promotion. Instead of celebrating her wins, suddenly everyone's questioning your judgment. Sound familiar? Yeah, I thought so. Today we're diving into what I call the sponsorship paradox, and it's messier than we want to admit. Here's the tea. Research shows that employees with sponsors are 23% more likely to move up. But here's the kicker. When we, as Black women leaders, sponsor others, especially other Black women, we're suddenly playing favorites. When our white counterparts do it, it's just good leadership. I see you rolling your eyes. Because yes, it's that ridiculous. But listen, I've worked with hundreds of executives and I've seen too many brilliant Black women leaders pull back from sponsorship because they're afraid it'll cost them their seat at the table. And honestly, that fear isn't irrational. It's strategic survival. But what if I told you there's a way to sponsor without sacrificing your influence? Look, I've been in the trenches as an HR strategist for over 2 decades. I've seen what works and what doesn't. And here's what I know. The problem isn't that we're sponsoring, it's how we're doing it. Most of us are making 3 critical mistakes. First, we're leading with diversity arguments instead of business impact. Stop saying, we need more diversity, and start saying, based on her track record with our largest client, Tracy is positioned to drive significant revenue growth. Second, we're putting all our eggs in one basket. I call this the sponsorship scarcity trap. And third, and this one's crucial, we're not documenting the business case for our recommendations. Here's my framework. Build what I call a sponsorship portfolio. Think of it like investing. You wouldn't put your entire 401k into one stock, right? Same principle. I use what I call the 3-2-1 rule. 3 people from underrepresented groups, 2 people from majority groups, 1 person in a completely different department. This isn't about playing it safe, it's about being strategic. When you sponsor across demographics, you're demonstrating talent optimization, not personal favoritism. And here's the secret sauce. Always frame sponsorship in business terms. Document their achievements, quantify their impact. Present sponsorship as talent architecture, not charity work. I had a client, let's call her Angela, who used this exact approach. 5 years later, she's now an executive VP, and her sponsored talent pipeline became her signature leadership differentiator. Look, I've spent my career helping organizations transform their leadership cultures. I wrote High-Value Leadership specifically because I was tired of watching brilliant leaders dim their light to fit into broken systems. Your ability to identify and develop talent, that's not a diversity obligation. That's a competitive advantage. And if your organization can't see that, well, we might need to have a different conversation about whether they deserve your brilliance. If you're ready to master this balance between lifting others and protecting your position, grab my free Shield Resilience Strategy Guide. Link is in the description. Because honestly, resilience isn't just bouncing back. It's building systems that prevent you from falling in the first place. And speaking of systems, my Rise and Thrive, a Black Woman's Blueprint for Leadership Excellence ebook, breaks down all these frameworks in detail. Plus, I'm launching the Rise and Thrive Academy soon, and the waitlist is filling up fast. Now I want to hear from you. What's your biggest challenge with sponsorship? Have you faced pushback for advocating for others? Drop your stories in the comments, and remember, this is what my Ask Shay series is for. Send me your real leadership dilemmas, and I'll give you real solutions. Keep rising, keep thriving, and I'll see you in the next video.